Well, Spirit's everywhere. There's nowhere where Spirit is not. Spirit is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. Now, that's a big statement. I want you to think of what we're saying. Spirit is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. That's an enormous statement when you think about it. Spirit is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. You're a spiritual being. So there's part of you that's 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. Have you ever noticed how sometimes you'll get a feeling about somebody, and sure enough, the phone rings, and it's them. You say, wow, what a coincidence, just thinking about it. Now, did they think of you, and you pick up the vibration, or did you think of them, and they pick up the vibration? It really doesn't make any difference. You see, part of you is everywhere. You can go everywhere. You can go anywhere. And all the real super creative ones, they know that. They go there. They go to that place. When we really understand this, we will know we can fix anything. I remember in Toronto, at the top of Jarvis Street. Jarvis Street runs north and south in Toronto. And it's like a T. Right at the top is Bloor Street, runs right across the north side of Toronto. And right at the top of Jarvis Street, there used to be a house. If you drove right across the street, you drive right into the house. It had a great big sign on it, Home for Incurable Children. And as a kid, I knew there was something wrong with that sign. I knew, but I didn't know what it was. But you see, I sensed there was something wrong with it. It wasn't in harmony with the essence of who I am. It wasn't in harmony with the perfection that's within me. I sensed something was wrong with it. I felt it wasn't right. Well, of course, it changed. And I think the house was eventually torn down. But before the house was torn down, I saw somebody really woke up and they had a big sign on it, Home of Happiness. Now, it still probably had the same kids there, but it now was called the Home of Happiness. Imagine if you had a child there and it had Home of Incurable Disease, and you're walking into that, the idea it leaves you with. You see, there's a lot that we don't know. But if this being true, there's no such thing as an incurable disease. There's only diseases that we haven't learned how to cure.
Woo! Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Had to start off the day with a little bit of Bobby P, bringing it back a little bit. Super excited for today's topic. And Bobby goes over this one a lot. How to turn on your intuition like a light bulb, like a light switch in the dark. And this is exactly what he's talking about, right? When the world can show you so many different things, but you can be able to listen to your intuition to understand the words that you want to hear. This is a game changer. So we're going to go deep into that today. But before we go ahead and dive in, let's drop a little bit of gratitude coming in for today. What are we grateful for on a Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful for each and every single one of you, grateful for the dream team, grateful for the family and all of the lessons we're learning by the day. Super excited to go ahead and dive into today's topic. So let's go ahead and get into the magic, right? We are flying through the magic, and every day that we go into this, it really gives a little bit deeper of perspective. So here we go. We are getting into, honestly, a little bit past 2 weeks, and today really put it in a whole new perspective. We are on day 18, the magical to-do list. Okay, so if you feel like you've been having life just stack on you, this is going to give you a whole different perspective for today. All right, so here's the quote. The world is full of magical things waiting for our wits to grow sharper. All right, this is big. Really, when you think about it, gratitude is your best friend. It is always there for you, always available to help you. It will never fail you or let you down. And the more heavily you lean on it, the more it will do for you and the more it will enrich your life. Today's magical practice will show you how to lean on gratitude even more so we can do far more magical things for you. All right, this is where it gets deep. Pay attention. Every day there are little problems that come up that need solving. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed if we don't know how to solve a situation. Maybe your problem is that you don't have enough time for all the things that you need to do, and you're at a loss because there's only 24 hours in the day. It may feel that you're overwhelmed from work and you want more free time and you can't see any way to have it. You may be at home taking care of your children, or you're frazzled or exhausted, but you don't have the means to get the support or give the time out. Here's the magical to-do list for today. Here's what it says. This magical to-do list is going to help you do any little problems that you have today when you don't know what to do, or when you simply want something done for you. You'll be amazed at the results. So here's the tactical plan for today inside of the magic. Today, create a written to-do list of the most important things you would like done or to be resolved for you. Entitle list, magical to-do list. You might put things on your list that you don't have time to do or want to do, along with any current problems, from the smallest day-to-day things to even bigger life situations. Think through any area of your life where you need something resolved or done for you. Okay, so the first step is go ahead and write that list. The second step, as we go ahead and go through it, said choose 3. So you have your small day-to-day problems, then you have your big issues going on in your life that's probably stressing you out, that's keeping you overwhelmed. Here's what it said. Choose 3 of the most important things from this entire list, and one at a time, imagine that each thing has been done for you. So what are you really stressed about in your life? Are you really stressed about student loans? Are you stressed out about family issues? Are you stressed about things that's going on in your life, about all the negativity that's going to happen when you're at work for the next 8 hours? Okay. So when you write your list, write down the top 3 things that how would you feel if these were resolved, or if this had been done for you. Okay. This is the feeling. Okay. This is called taking the weight off your shoulders. And it said to finish it off, spend at least 1 minute on each thing, believing it is done and feeling enormous gratitude in return. This is big, y'all. I wish I knew this 5 years ago starting out. This would change the game. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. How to turn on your intuition like a light switch. You ready? Let's go ahead and dive in. So it was very interesting, right? On this morning's mentorship session, we had a couple different things to think about, and it put life in a completely different perspective for me. And I want to give you guys the first thing starting off, okay? Change the way you see things, the way you see things will change, right? So let me ask you this. If you have children, great. If you don't, I want you to just start visualizing, okay? If you were to think about one of the best things that we could give any of our children, drop it down below. What do you think it would be? If you could leave your children anything, what do you think it would be? Do you think it would be the mansion, the cars, right? Being able to possibly travel like you do? What do you think would be one of the biggest blessings that we could leave our children? Here was the answer. Exactly. Lady Boss Nikki got it on the button. Intuition, a higher level of awareness. This is one of the greatest things that we can leave to any of our children, right? Horizon J, the ability to think for themselves. So you know what's interesting? Just think about this for a second. If we went out and we asked 97% of the population if they had the ideal life on what they'd be able to leave their children, what would they say? $10 million, 20 rental properties, so they have all this residual income coming in. That's what most people would say. But when you really think about it, all of this isn't teaching them anything. The most important thing we can do for them is to teach them a higher level of awareness, self-belief, self-worth, and then they can go out and achieve all of those things times 1,000. So that was a beautiful way to really think about it this morning. So that really had me kicking and turning my gears, because it made me just understand that most people, they don't 1111 paint your vision. They've never sat down to think about the potential of what we can actually do once we start thinking for ourselves. So let's go ahead and get into today. All right, a couple different things. Most aren't ready to receive the greatness, and this all came down to receiving, right? And Shane gave a beautiful piece on it this morning, talking about, I believe, a lot of my life, it's been tough for me to be able to receive compliments. It's been tough for me able to receive different things in life. I just never took it very well. And I really started thinking about it, and I felt like that was kind of like a lot of us. Most of us aren't able to receive a lot of the abundance just in general in life. And it could be because of multiple different reasons, right? We're all different people with different thoughts. But I realized a big part of what it came down to was our self-talk. Shane was talking about his life has worked out so well that sometimes he doesn't even believe that he deserves it. So it really comes back to self-talk, right? What do we actually really believe that we're worth? What do we believe that we can go out and achieve? And even that had my gears turning. So I wanted you guys to think about it today. What do you believe that you deserve in your life? If life was limitless, what does that truly look like for you? This now we're tapping into your intuition, because here's what I know. When you're going throughout, think about the last week, the past month, the past 6 months. If you feel like you've had kind of a tug on your heart, if you feel like there's been a gap somewhere, that's your intuition. Your intuition is telling you there's more for you in life. There's more for you to achieve. There's way more for you to go out and experience. And this is why it's so powerful to start tapping into and listening to the spirit and the intuition, just as Bobby P talks about. Okay, so it starts with being able to listen, being able to really think about what it is that you want, where do you want to go, who do you want to become, and now we're going to go ahead and get a little bit deeper. Okay, so Jim Rohn talks about it all the time. When you get to a certain vibration, right? The difference between a lot of us is what? Vibration. The difference between most getting to where they want to go is vibration. So I want you guys to go ahead and think about this. We don't have to look anywhere exterior to go ahead and find gratitude. This is one of the biggest lessons that I've been able to take from this past 17 days of the magic. Most of us, doesn't matter what goes on in your life, if you go through anything negative today, I want you to ask yourself one question, okay? Do I really have nothing to be grateful for right here, right now in this moment? And when you really ask yourself that, you're going to put yourself in a completely different perspective. I'm not going to lie to you guys this morning. Right before I got on this call, okay, this is pretty emotional. Right before I got on this call, a lot of you know about my sister, right? So in 2014, that was the year. Well, I actually just got a call from my uncle today telling me that her father is actually in the hospital going through something similar, and he just got pronounced that he's terminal. They said he has about 2 months to live. So I want to ask you guys this question today. What kind of gratitude would you live in if you were told today that you had 2 months to live? What does your intuition tell you right now? This is what I'm talking about, being able to turn the light switch on. What does your intuition tell you right now? Are you afraid of the things that you didn't do? Is there people that you've been waiting to talk to and call to say, I love you, but you haven't talked to them in years? This is the change that's needed to really get to the next level. So today, I wanted to compress timeframes for you and put you in a position to think about, what if you only had 2 months to live? And what does your intuition tell you? Would you really go after learning the skill set? Would you really go out and not be afraid what people think to make that video, to go out and do something that you're afraid to do before? A lot of us, sometimes we have to put ourselves in this position to really wake up, to realize that tomorrow isn't promised. And I think that's the issue with a lot of us. We're so comfortable with today, we think tomorrow's going to be guaranteed. The truth is, it's not. So my goal with you today is to light up your intuition, to see what really fires you up, what drives you, what are you passionate about, and what do you want your dash to say before it is that you actually get to that next date? Because we have 3 parts on the tombstone, right? We have the first date, we have the dash, and we have the second date. I want you to make this middle dash so abundant that dash leaves an imprint for decades to come, for hundreds of generations to come. Whatever it is that you envision, this is what I see for myself. I envision that dash being able to impact 600 plus generations into the future. So what is your dash going to leave? What legacy are you going to give back? And even going back to a couple of yesterday's conversations I had on the phone today, how many of you know your great-great-grandfather, and can you picture his face? The reason why we can't picture his face is because they didn't leave an impact. They never actually listened to their intuition to go out and do what they wanted to do until time was too late, until there was only a couple drops of sand left in the tank, and now they wanted to go out and make decisions. Now they wanted to go after their life of their dreams. So if I got anything out of you today, don't wait, because you never know if tomorrow is promised. So that's my training for you guys today on how to go ahead and tap your intuition and really think about, am I living my full purpose or am I just getting by? Just like we say all the time, we are pissing off God, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, by not going after our full potential. So that's my training for you guys today. Drop some 7s down below. Smash that like button if you got any value for today. But you know how you know when you're really tapping in your intuition? If you start getting goosebumps like this, if you start getting a fire in your heart, if your eyes start lighting up, if you start getting an emotion that you feel needs to get out to the universe, your intuition's been lit up. It's turned on. right? So family, I love you guys. I have nothing but love for you. I hope you go out and have an abundant day. If nobody told you today, I believe in you. You are powerful. You are limitless. You are unstoppable. I was talking about this quote yesterday. You can't stop what can't be stopped. And when that intuition is turned on, you know what you want. You know where you're going. That fire's been lit. The universe, the world, God is going to open up the right people, places, and situations right in your life that you were looking for, right? Ask and it shall be given. So family, it is your favorite entrepreneur. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything that you can hold in these 6 inches. Get ready because you're going to hold it in your hand. The only thing left is for time to catch up. I will see you guys on tomorrow's episode, Rise and Shine, DeFi. Let's grow.